So can you feel things?
What I'm feeling for is to make sure each of the bones that help make up the skull, like all the plates, are moving like they're supposed to.
Okay.
And as she goes through the birth canal, they literally overlap for her to come through. So all I'm doing is just making sure there's normal motion. And that will allow brain to function at its best, but also what it does is really allows her to even open jaw and nurse really well. Not a concern for you, but let's have her nurse better so she get fatter. Sound fair? She's doing really well.
So is it obvious if stuff's out of place?
Yep.
Is stuff out of place?
Nope. I'm doing just a slight little cleanup. This is a good birth. It's pretty hands off, right?
Yeah. He didn't do anything.
Good.
And when I was pushing out, Daniel was like, slow down. I said, no, get her out.
Baby's coming. Yeah, I'm a big believer in hands off. There. Okay, so I'm doing jaw. The jaw actually feels really, really good. Just double checking. What you do when you're trying to poo? No, poo it. Fine, I'll just change anyway now. There we go. Okay, let me check upper neck as well.
You want me to hold her different?
She's doing great. I just think it's hilarious. She's a little mover and a shaker. So upper neck, and it's so slight. It's just on her left side that I'm adjusting.
Okay.
And it's my response at this point would be, of course, she just came through the birth canal. It's work on
They're
her just like this for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nothing that I'm concerned about, but why I love that you're in here, just to make sure that she's starting out life at her best. There you go. That adjusted beautifully.
How long do they keep their adjustment?
Well, that's the good thing. When they're newborn, like I firmly believe we're programmed to thrive, not just barely to make it by. And so if you adjust them at an early stage, it's like they really do great for a long term.
Really?
Absolutely. And the cells have memory. And so you got to realize, as soon as we adjust her, her body's going to remember good versus remembering trying to adapt and deal. And that's when, that's exactly right. And that's one reason when I see kids that are having lots of issues, little babies, and they're a few months old, it takes more work. And so, because their body's just used to it. And so it kind of fights it a little bit more.
And you contribute all to a bad birth?
Not necessarily. So, but I do believe birth has
a lot to do with it.
A lot to do with it.
But then also their pregnancy.
Well. That's exactly right. And so positioning in utero will be a lot of it. Then the birth will normally.
And then like the nutrition.
Nutrition.
And pregnancy.
Yep. And chemicals that mom takes in, either in the form of good nutrition or in the form of something that she shouldn't have been doing. It all plays a role. Then there's also, when you get into the whole mental emotional part, was it a good pregnancy for mom mentally, emotionally?
Oh.
And I think that doesn't affect baby.
Oh. The way they grow and develop?
More the way that their body works at its best. Kind of thing is the way to look at it.
Well, and then genetics are like the
genetics
system.
Genetics will play a role, but what we're finding more and more is that genetics are not as big of a deal as we first gave credit for. We used to think with genetics you're destined.
Like if your parents had bad tonsils,
you
all
have to. And now what they're saying is it's more what they now call in the field of epigenetics. It's that yes, you have the genes, but the epigenetics is pretty much like how you play the piano. The keys are your genes, but how you play the piano is how you live your life, what you eat, what you do, how your family raises you. So if you're raising your kids a lot more healthy than even mom raised you, your kids are going to be a ton healthier, and their experiences and their body working better is going to be different as well. There we go. Oh, you're doing great. Do you mind if I hold her for a second?
Oh.
She's cute. She's a chunker.
How do you Jersey? Oh my goodness.
I know.
I know, it's sad to think they never do that again.
No, it's exhausted. It's hard work.
Is there something that would like contribute to her being really spitty or anything? Or
well, that's where I was looking. Upper neck could be part of it.
Not really bad.
I did adjust it, and so that could be part of the spitty. I think it could be an overproduction, or that she's taking in a little bit more. Then, often if a baby is really spitty, I always look upper neck and then mid back. Oh, excuse me.
She might spit on you.
I'm not worried. Oh, there we go. There we go. Learned my lesson on that one.
On your mouth.
There you go.
I am so sorry. It's on your lips.
Honestly,
I'm not
been
kidding.
spit on before. It's not the end of the world.
No, but it's not
There
your
you
baby.
go.
I'm so
You
sorry.
are so cute.
This
You're
is on her
lying.
video.
I know.
This is that perfect.
You're cute. You can get away with it, can't you? Okay. I know that's funny, isn't it? You just covered me.
It really has. She's been in that car seat for sleeping.
Okay,
forever.
so if it's a little bit more spitty, because that's more spitty than just being full, yeah. So it makes me think upper back a little bit more. I know, sorry, honey, you're going to be a little stinky now too. There we go. So it makes me say I'll keep a little bit closer eye on her as well, just because that is sitting in the belly and just kind of brewing, and that's not good. Excellent. Oh, you feel so much better now, don't you? I know.
This video is getting better and better.
Exactly. There. But yeah.
Yeah, because she is a little fussy with it.
Yeah.
So this is the best video ever. So there's nothing you're feeling?
Well, no, I'm checking mid-back, so I did adjust her mid-back too. But what I say is when I first adjust a baby, the first adjustment sometimes can be like the little iceberg idea where I adjust a couple things. I want to check her sooner than later because of her being spitty and make sure. And if it's really not a big deal, you'll probably see it will calm down anyway. But if it's something else going on, then I will know better with her next check and adjustment.
Which would be what?
We'll do it in a week.
What would be else was going on?
We just ought to feel more going on.
Oh.
And so it'd be probably same areas, but it's just like that first time I adjust, it may adjust really easily, but the body's like, nope, I'm used to this. And it goes right back and it's a little bit deeper to get into. And so it could be, was she doing this in utero, or is this just from just going through birth?
Okay.
I will know better next time. That's the toughest part with the first time I adjusted a baby. Is she may be perfect and great, this will clear out everything and say, man, she's doing great. Or maybe something else going on. Or not even something else, but just a little bit more going on than I gave her first credit for. Make sense? You're happy now, aren't you? And stinky. On both ends. Mama gets to change you now. She's perfect. She's beautiful. Belly's rumbling.
She is hungry. It's been a while.
Okay. Let me check. What type of car seat do you have?
Graco Snuggery or something.
Okay. Is this one you've used with the other kids?
I got it with Madden, so it's like 2.5 years
Okay.
old.
Let me peek at it to make sure, because that could be part of this video as well. Okay, we're good,
Well,
Mama?
this is like the second time we've ever even left the house.
Okay, good. Okay. Did you want to get adjusted today?
Well, if you could.
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
My
My
quickly clean up a
pelvis
little
and
bit.
tailbone
I
is
was
still
gonna say, you've gone through
recovering.
birth, exactly.
Thank
Okay,
you.
give me just a minute.
Okay.